See, I did eat something last night, I'm not even gonna lie, and it is now draining now. And it's not draining nice, so yeah. But that goes into the stomach. What do you mean? This tube goes into the stomach that I'm now aspirating, yes. I'm not even gonna lie, I tried to eat something last night and it's still in my stomach, so yeah. Where does it drain out of? I'm not showing it because it's disgusting and you don't want to see it, trust me. But it drains into a bag. Yeah, your intestines absorb, but your intestines, so my nutrients go into the intestines. What did I try to have? I tried to have some toast, darling. Literally some toast. And it's, yes. I was quite sick last night, which is why I wasn't on too much. But also, yeah. An ice pole to me is water. And I can have it, but I don't like them is what I just said. I didn't say I can't have them. I just said I don't like them, so I don't have them. But that's because I'm weird and don't like them. Because my team let me. I'm not allowed toast. I said I don't always listen to my team. Fruit is the worst. Fruit and vegetables are actually the worst for gastroparesis. So I'm not allowed to eat anything. Toast is so dense. So toast is something I can't eat. I can't eat anything and keep it down. But that doesn't mean I still don't want to try and eat sometimes. It's natural to want to eat, it's natural to want to try and eat. So sometimes I do try. It just results in very bad. Very, very bad. How long does it take? I can't digest anything, so it will eventually just go mouldy in my stomach, which is dangerous. So that's why yeah. Literally, just because someone can eat doesn't mean they should. Or just because someone is allowed to eat or not allowed to eat. Yeah, it literally. So fruit is something quite bad to eat with gastroparesis just because of the fibre. Fibre and roughage is so hard for anyone with gastroparesis to break down and causes a hell of a lot of pain. So toast for me was just an easier thing. So yeah. So if you're not allowed to eat, you shouldn't do it. No, you shouldn't. But life is life. And we have to get by in life in some way. So I chose to last night to try. But yeah. You know, we still have things like, yeah. I don't want anyone sharing. Yeah, it is lovely. Hang on, I'm gonna go, but anyway. It is draining.
The world spun 24/7. I was dehydrated. I didn't intake anything and landed myself in hospital for a month, continuously tube fed and in ICU. So it's hard to say.
So it doesn't link in with BMI. That was
no, absolutely doesn't.
What she
No.
might be potentially I was going to say she could well be for the fact of if both her tubes are sat in her stomach, with the fact that she's obviously feeding through one side, draining through the other.
I mean, she's eating anyway. She has food in the fridge.
God, yeah.
She said for her carers.
She wants food.
Yeah, she has food in the fridge for her carers, but then the next minute she said her carers were stealing her food.
I think if she is malnutritioned, then she's choosing to be malnutritioned, where the rest of us don't choose to be malnutritioned. Exactly. She has feed, she has giving sets, she has pumps, she has tubes. Do you know what I mean? That is a choice. There is no
and that'll be the eating disorder.
You know, I have managed, and I think where you bring the eating disorder in, that isn't a choice. I have ARFID. So I majorly struggle, and that's how I ended up so malnutritioned last year, plus other behaviours that I had, but we won't talk about them.
No.
Yay.
Shut up, you. So malnutrition, it's hard to see by the naked eye, that's all I'm saying. However, you know, she has, with having anorexia, you know, it's possible. It does not go off BMI. That's all I wanted to say, though, because I know my BMI is fucking off. Well, it's not off the scale anymore, but it was. And I was still in starvation mode and malnutrition. It's a bugbear of mine, because people look at you and they go, oh, you must eat. You're fat. And actually, I was dying. I was internally dying. So that's all I wanted to say. That's all.
So it's coming from not getting the right nutrients.
It's about your blood tests. Like, my liver was failing. They told me I was an alcoholic and go home. I'd never drank alcohol for about a year. When you put all the blood tests together, the CRP levels, the folic, the thiamine levels, the vitamins and the minerals, and that's what slows your body down. And because your liver is the first that is impacted because of the protein breakdown, basically what your body will do is it eats itself. So that's what my body was doing, and it was my liver to go first, which is possibly the worst organ to go first, because I need that, because it stores glucose. So over type 1, I was dying. I was slowly dying from the inside. And it's hard to tell from the outside. That's all I can say to you about that, because I did not look malnutrition. Apart from I was grey and my lips were cracked. You could see there how poorly I was. I wasn't a normal colour. Where she does have colour, she can move about. I couldn't move, because the whole world would spin. I couldn't stand. I couldn't bend down.
You couldn't type.
I couldn't type.
You couldn't read comments.
My vision had gone. Everything had gone. I'd practically gone blind at one point. So me knowing that, and then looking at her, and I'd go, well, actually, you're not malnutrition, but I just don't want people to base it on a weight or BMI, because it's not true.
Yeah, it's
And we're back on mute now.
Two different things. No, thank you for, that's something I didn't know, so thank you for.
Atlanta, do you have anything else to say, or can we go to Hayley?
No, we can go to Hayley, but
Thank you, Donna. Thank you for coming up and telling your
people to hopefully see the truth. And it just really bugs me with the way she spread so much information that isn't true. And yeah, I'm just glad that I didn't fall into that trap, but almost did. And I'm just so sorry that so many of you did. And I hope all of you are doing a lot better now.
Thank you. Thank you for coming up. I really appreciate it, my lovely.
Thank you.
Thank you. Hayley, you're up next.
Hello. Can you hear me?
Yeah, can hear you, darling.
Oh, good. Good. Yeah, I was one of the unfortunate ones who got manipulated by her.
Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that.
As Sally knows. As I was her mod for 3 months. I think it was almost 3 months I was mod. And I gave over 1,500.
No! You need to put that in writing to Sally, don't you, Sally?
Yeah,
Well, I've spoken to, we know she is one of the ones that we are putting the authorities in touch with. Because they thought it was one person that was affected. They didn't realise how many people have been affected. So Hayley is one of the people.
Yeah, for different things.
She has tried to get her money back. You asked John, didn't you?
Yeah, I asked John and he said, what was his phrasing? Were you this stupid to give money to... It was something about being stupid. I can't remember the thing. It's on my profile.
I've seen some of
the videos.
Please look at Hayley's profile. It is on her profile. I've seen a few replies from John. I'm not going to lie, which is not in what we've been told the authorities that he should be doing. So John needs to be careful. I've seen a few of John's messages to people.
Does he directly contacts people, does he?
Yeah, he does. Yeah, when they've contacted him saying that, they've loaned his daughter money, and she sends them, when they ask for repayment, she sends them laughing faces emojis. And and then so he's like, well, why are you giving a vulnerable young girl money? What's your motive and stuff like that? Yeah, John.
I blocked his number, so
Connor, it's an exposure.
Yeah. It was for the Libras.
Oh, she should be provided
like,
by her diabetic nurse. Can I just say,
It was for Libras. It was for syringes. It was for other things. Then she told me that debt collectors were coming to her.
She was going to be homeless again?
No.
She didn't say homeless, but she kept saying, they're coming round. They're coming round.
I'm so
yeah.
And she was never homeless. She was never homeless. I'm a trustee of a homeless charity. She was never homeless. What it was when she came out of hospital, by putting her in temporary accommodation, they were likely to get her flat that she has. Yeah, she was never homeless, if that makes sense. Temporary accommodation. That's a common thing. My daughter with PDA, who I love dearly, but she cannot live under rules. And we will have to do the same sort of thing for her to get her housed. For her, I want her to be independent. I want her to thrive. I want her to live life. I don't want her to exist. So this is where John and I differ, and I did put that in the comments to John, and he was very unkind to me, but then he deleted them on the posts.
We need people to screenshot so quickly before anyone.
I do believe people have the screenshots. I do believe somebody was quick.
Okay, they need to be by the sound of it.
She targeted me because I'm vulnerable. She knew I was disabled. She knew I had a condition, and again, I'm a rare one. There's only 55 of us in the world, and I'm the oldest living person with it.
Congratulations to you.
She targeted me, and she knew what she was doing. It was Kirsty who opened my eyes up, and I still thank her for messaging me, though I wasn't very nice to her, which I still am very sorry for.
I know, but the other day on the live, you and she accepted your apology, didn't she?
Yeah, I apologised to her, over phone as well. So.
But the thing is, you and all of her mods, I think, and Sally said it. And I'm sorry, I don't know your name, living on borrowed time, but I know you don't like the term. Pardon?
Georgie
doesn't like the term groomed, and there are many words that we could use. But that's what I'm saying. Yeah, groomed.
We were groomed. We were victims in her game.
Yeah, and she, from what I understand from other mods or ex-mods, the common thread amongst her mods and ex-mods seems to be, although there seems to be a few that aren't, but most of them, the majority, seem to be people who are vulnerable.
Yeah, I think everyone who was in my set of mods, I think all of them had some kind of condition, and 2 of them are still there, I believe, who modded with me. Because I know that Ali's still there, and I think Beth is still there.
No, see, that worries me about the mods, and for new ex mods, I struggle, right? My mods are there to delete my comments. My mods are not there to look after me, to do anything. They are friends that I've made that are shit hot, deleting, muting, and whatever. What really concerns me is the care plan that you're told to follow is medically inept. Inept. And you are leaving yourself. If anything happens to that girl, if any mods are watching, you will be called in a coroner's inquest. And asked why you have not followed NHS protocols. If you're seizing more than 5 minutes, if you are going into back-to-back seizures, you call an ambulance. It's on there. It's on the web. Why are you not doing it? And I really feel for you, because I think you're putting yourself in danger of being potentially prosecuted for following a plan that isn't by a care professional. It isn't by a care professional because everything contradicts guidelines. The other day, she was trying to say that ketones of 1.8 were serious. Now, my PDA child, has been in DKA 7 times this year. 1.8 is nothing. I would be calling my DSN going, okay, we've got a bit of ketones going on. 1.8 is quite common for people that are on a ketosis diet. There's a very different thing between ketosis and diabetic ketone acidosis. You can only have it, I don't know about type 3C because I would have to rely on the person that has it, which is very rare. But type 1, you can have it if you're type 2, but again, it's very rare that you would have it. But type 1, if you had ketones of 1.8, you would not be passing out, you would not be saying it's serious. My child's 7, unless she's been 7 before, she's been 8 before, unless she is struggling to breathe and throwing up her guts, and I mean absolutely physically she cannot, stop, and her breath smells like pear, then that's when I go to the hospital. There is no, and she's dangerous what she's putting out there.
My life continues at a 1.7. I wouldn't even know. I wouldn't even test for ketones because there'd be fuck all wrong with me. Like, my ketones can run really high until then Sal and Lou go, you need an ambulance. And I'm like, no, thanks. I'm good. But 1.7...
we do management. Can I just say that we do management where we're like, okay, fluids, insulin, fluids, let's get it down. If you're not down in an hour, we're calling that ambulance.
Yeah. And then I get no choice. It's like I then have to compromise, and I don't do compromise very well. But 1.7, 1.8, to be fair, even if he had 3, I'd still be going. It's not uncommon at all for me to be able to function with ketones. It's nothing as a type 1. The girls, I can, because this is a bit that does get me angry. Like, being a type 1 from the age of 3 and having a disease that can kill you at any moment because you can't take insulin or you don't want to take insulin. Like, my brain is more, nah, fuck it, let's run high. Like,
I'm going to be a green wheelie bin today. I'm not diabetic, yeah?
Yeah, because wheelie bins aren't diabetic. You can't put insulin in a green wheelie bin. Mm-hmm. So that's just how we roll, isn't it? So
I think
Kirsten in there. Someone's waving. Hello, Kirsten.
Hi, Kirsten.
she's welcome. I
feel sorry for
look,
the
there's my emojis.
Because they won't know until she, is either horrible to them or until she kicks them out. They won't listen. Because we didn't. None of us listened until she turned on us. None of us listen.
Yeah. Is she in here?
Apparently, people are saying she's in here.
Okay, I'm going to address the
Hello,
person.
Kirsten.
Yeah. Hello, Kirsten. I heard you've been calling me a hater or a troll. I'm not a hater. I'm not a troll. But you've took advantage of my adopted daughter, and I am doing this live for awareness. We are in touch with agencies who have told us what the plan is. Your dad and your mum are supposed to be keeping you off social media and getting you the help that you need. There have been meetings. We know. We're not stupid. We're not ignoramuses. We're intelligent people who are trying to stop you exploiting vulnerable people. We believe you're unwell, not the diagnoses of, oh my God, there's a big list I've got. We believe you're unwell and we believe you need treatment.
Yeah, she's gone. Apparently she's gone now.
See, I don't even care about that money now. It's the other people that she's
we know your plan.
Taken advantage from.
We know the plan, and you can ask your daddy. We know the plan. You have, these people are victims of you. We're not going to expose, we're not going to give any details about you. We're not being malicious. These people are talking their truths about how you have affected them financially, emotionally, with medical advice. Young people that have been your mods that are under 18. Right, Julie. Taylor, you stay there. Julie, you've waited very patiently, my lovely. And so is Sophie, which I've got to shout when because Sophie, you're next after Julie. Julie, what's your truth, my lovely?
No, it was just I was watching a live on my other account that I have, and somebody said that you were doing this live, and she basically said you need to go and get hobbies, and you need to go look after your wains.
My Waynes are 18 and she's in Ireland with her boyfriend, living her life and not existing. And my other one is 14 years old, who I treated a hypo online, as you just saw her. And she's currently in a swimming pool in the garden, so I got no Waynes to look after.
She said that you need to get a hobby.
I've got hobbies. I'm good. I've got hobbies, thank you. I bake.
She blocked me on this account when I asked her why energy drink, like how energy cans like help her when she's got a paralysed stomach, and she blocked me.
Yeah, you're not allowed to have any condition that she's got because she always has it worse than you.
I never said about any of my health. Like, I've no got any of it. I'm autistic. That was what done my head in when she said, oh, if you're autistic, you can control your meltdowns.
I heard that, yeah.
I would have been fuming for you, me also.
I would love to know how to control my meltdowns, because I'll tell you the truth, see, for the last month, they've been helping me. My meltdowns have affected everything.
You can have coping strategies, Julie, but you cannot control them. And that's it. I go in a blanket fort. I go on my bed. I put a blanket over my head. I put music on. I try, but at the end of the day, I will still lose it. If I've sensory overload, I will still lose it. I've lost it in supermarkets. Because people smell.
But I just think it's ridiculous. I don't know why she has to lie about it all. That's what I don't get.
It's for attention. It's because she's unwell, and everybody wants her to get the help she needs. That is all. And to A, get the help she needs, and B, the information she's putting out about the illnesses she claims to have is misleading. But yeah, it's about, we want her to get help, and the biggest help for her is to not be on this app, because it's feeding, perpetuating her illness. Which is
damaging other people. She is a safeguarding risk to herself and others.
I just want to wait for what she's saying about you, because it just angered me there, because she's been nothing but nice. She's not been rude, you've not bullied her, you've not been nasty.
Nope. And we won't, because we genuinely wanted to get help and we need to stop affecting other people. But I'd actually say I've actually got more hobbies than her anyway, because I don't see her doing any hobbies apart from putting things in tubes. Yeah. So maybe she should follow her own advice and get some hobbies.
But I'll need to go there now because my support's Joanne. So
all right, Julie. If you want to join the Discord, Julie, we have lots of neurodivergent people in there, my lovely.
I think I need to re-download it, but I definitely will.
Yeah, you're welcome in there, darling. They're a nice bunch. All right.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Sophie! You said shout.
No, that's fine. Thank you for doing that.
Thank you for waiting and being patient, lovely. What do you have to say?
So basically, I have a diagnosis of FND, functional neurological disorder, and I have non-epileptic seizures, and I have currently I probably have about, on a really bad day, I can have about 3-4 a day. And like, I was talking about them in her chat, and I've just noticed that since people have been talking about them, because I know how Munchausen's works. Like, I'm very interested in psychology and things like that. So it just seems that, obviously, as this has been mentioned, when people start talking about their illnesses, she also then seems to develop said same illness.
Absolutely. Yeah. She did that with my daughter. My daughter used a certain phrase, and she then started using it herself.
Yeah.
She said that she could, her stomach couldn't tolerate its own saliva, and she would bring that up. And then all of a sudden, she was saying the same thing.
Yeah. But I just wanted to say that it's actually really affected my mental health massively, this whole person. be honest with you. Like, I'm neurodivergent, I'm autistic, and I hyper-focus on things quite intensively. I ruminate on things, and I can't stop thinking about them, and I can't get them out of my head.
This is why I'm doing this.
I'm so sorry, Sophie, to hear that.
Stressing me out so much because, like, I know she has a mental illness, but I can't help but feel angry at her because
she's made you unwell.
I need to be careful how I word this because I don't, like, as much as I'm angry at her, I don't want to say anything that might be, you know, really hurtful towards her. How can I word it? But, like, her saying that she's got non-epileptic seizures and epilepsy when she doesn't.
So I actually have something to say.
Got a plane going.
I actually have something to say.
Yeah.
So I'm actually diagnosed with autism and EDS and epilepsy, and some of my seizures, they are really dangerous to me. Like, I had a very, very serious seizure in May this year where it knocked me unconscious for over 24 hours, and I was literally on the brink of death. If it wasn't for that ambulance coming as quickly as they did, I would not be here. And to know that she is actually lying about having epilepsy is actually sickening. Another thing is, I also suffer with a paralysed stomach. Like, I actually have gastroparesis, but I'm able to maintain eating.
Yeah.
But sometimes I'm sick, so I'm actually on an antiemetic called cyclazine.
Yeah.
And that actually stops me from being sick.
Yeah.
And when I had my seizure in May, I was put on an IV antiemetic, IV glucose, IV I can't remember the name of it, but it goes in your arm and it like tops up your vitamins.
Yeah.
So to know somebody is lying about that,
do you find it, Diana? Do you find it like, obviously, when her dad is saying, "Please do not call an ambulance," yet she is seizing. Thank you for the. Pardon me. When she's saying she's having a seizure and the protocol is not to call dad, and she's pretending to come in and out of seizures for like 10, 20 minutes, do you think it's dangerous for a dad to turn around and say we shouldn't be calling ambulances?
Yes, it's very dangerous.
Because what if people saw you having a seizure and going, "It's okay, we'll just call John"?
Yeah,
we'll just call her dad.
Yeah, that isn't what you should do.
So I said, who's hoaxing, me or her?
Yeah.
Because I'm following protocol.
Sophie hadn't finished with what she was saying.
Bear with us, Diana. Sophie, sorry, lovely.
That's okay, don't worry. Oh God, remind me what I was saying. I've forgotten.
You were saying about FND, and you were saying about the fact that it wasn't good what she was saying, and she was feeding off people's information in the comments. She asks about treatment plans.
And she would then say that she had what the person did.
Yeah.
What Rose asked, can she speak in a minute, please, because she needs to go.
Yeah. Sorry, carry on. Sorry.
So I just find it really hurts me, like, deep to the core, because at the moment my non-epileptic seizures are really severe and they're literally debilitating. Like, I live in a flat, I live in supported living, but currently I'm having to stay with my parents because I haven't been well at all with my seizures and things. And it's just really damaging. Like, I don't even know how to explain it. It's just taking a massive toll on my mental health. Like, it's really hurtful to see not only non-epileptic seizures being misrepresented, but also epilepsy, because obviously those things are two completely different conditions.
Yeah.
They're caused by two completely different things. But that's, like, it's even more dangerous in a way now, in my opinion, now that she's saying she's also non-epileptic, because then how was people supposed to know if she is supposedly having an epileptic or a non-epileptic fit? Because the protocol for a non-epileptic fit is different, vastly different to the protocol for an epileptic fit. For a non-epileptic fit, if the paramedic, say so my seizures can go on for an hour, but obviously they're not caused by epilepsy, it's not caused by electrical activity in the brain, it's a networking issue in the brain. So basically the signals sent to and from my body by my brain, the wires are crossed, it doesn't work.
Yeah. My other adopted daughter's mum has it, where she literally they thought she was having a stroke.
Yeah.
She loses mobility, she loses the use of her legs, her language goes. The recovery can be quite tough. All I'm going to say to you all is, if you want to join the Discord, there are people already in there with epilepsy. Obviously, there are people with family members with FND. I don't know anybody with FND. No. But if you are struggling mentally and you just want to reach out and you just want to touch base, even if it's about, what you're doing today, just general chit chat. You don't have to talk about your conditions, just you as a person. Do you know what I mean? How you're feeling today. You are more than welcome to join the Discord. There are a lovely bunch of people in there. And I'd like to connect genuine people together so that they're not dragged into people like Kirsten's.
Absolutely, but they get pure support in a safe space with safe people.
And there will be posted numbers for Mind, Shout, the stuff that we've got. That we've done today. Crime Stoppers, if you want to report Kirsten via Crime Stoppers, we'll put all of that in the Discord. And, please, you're all very, very welcome. Oh, we're all a bit spicy, though.
We are.
Neurodivergent. Not spicy as in,
Yeah.
Spicy.
I'm going to go now because I've got bottles to wash, feet for my daughter and get her feed ready, but thank you very much for letting me join, and
thanks for joining.
And also everybody who has spoke. It's been really lovely to speak to you and hear your stories, and I'm so sorry that you've been through what you've been through, whether it's with the individual we're talking about or whether it's with your illnesses. So I'm just sending love to all of you. And
much love.
Take care, everybody.
Love. Pip, yes,
Bye.
you're next. Sophie, still stay there because if you've got something to say, but I'm aware Pip has got to go.
Okay, that's fine.
Hello, I've never done this before. It's a bit scary.
Thank you for being so patient.
It's all right. So I'm a healthcare professional. I'm not going to say what because I don't fancy being stalked.
No, yeah, good job.
And I don't do Disability Olympics either, but I do have disabilities, and that has got me quite a large care package. I have quite a lot of carers, including overnight monitoring for seizures, and I actually have less seizures than Kirsten claims to have, but I've managed to be entitled to 24/7 care. I've got to say a bit of a blurb. I've never treated Kirsten, don't have access to her notes. I don't know the girl at all. It's just based off what I've seen online.
Yeah.
And I tried to help Kirsten because she was talking about her toileting, and that basically the way that she does it is not very dignified and it involves somebody else helping her. So I suggested some equipment. And Kirsten really, really didn't like that, and neither did her mods. I got messages calling me, see you next Tuesday. I was told that I had no understanding of how ill she was, that how dare I suggest...
messages, my lovely.
Yeah. How dare I suggest that she does this? Now, this is a technique that I've seen used with people who are entirely paralysed from the neck down, and with learning and cognitive disabilities. So there's no way that she is too ill for this. And I was offering to help her get the right equipment so she could have some dignity, because most people do want that. So she was saying that I wasn't qualified, that I was very disrespectful because it wouldn't work. And I was obviously blocked.
Standard.
And I guess what I wanted to say is, if she is as ill as she says, and I'm not saying she is or she isn't, but if she is entitled to a hell of a lot more than she's got right now. She could have 24-hour care. She could have
social care package.
Yeah, she would be on continuing healthcare, which is even free. You don't have to contribute to continuing healthcare. And I don't understand why she would opt to not have those things if she is as ill as she says, and if she's got all this evidence, then why not? And also, if it isn't about reaction, why on earth aren't her mods staying on FaceTime with her? Why is she on TikTok Live if it's purely for monitoring?
Why not WhatsApp the group message?
There's also like home. She doesn't even have a lifeline, and I'm not being funny, but we give lifeline to pretty much any disabled person living in the community. It's a small button. If you have any issues whatsoever, you can press it, and somebody will speak to you. If you don't respond, because no doubt she'll say that she'll be unconscious, they'll come out to you, and then they'll administer first aid, call 999, whatever. So I don't understand why she would not have that. Even I've got one and I never use it, but having it there is a safety mechanism.
Yeah.
So what I want to say is that I firmly believe that she needs some kind of wraparound support which involves no internet. And if she does engage in this behaviour on live, then a 999 call needs to be made, not John, 999, because then they can take her down the route of SIM or
136
frequent flyers, and then she can be prosecuted for time wasting if needed. But the key thing is, she sits on live all day, all night. She has no television. She does no hobbies. All she does 24 hours a day is talk about illness. That's all she does. And that's just not healthy.
What an existence. Do you know what I mean? She's
not alive.
She's not living.
I don't understand what she's getting out of it, but somebody needs to support her to find what is interesting about you. Forget the illness. What is interesting about you? Who are you as a person? What do you like to do? Like,
yeah,
she needs to develop a life, and unfortunately right now she doesn't have one. So I think she needs like some kind of care home or inpatient situation where she can be taken off these blooming medications and monitored to see what she actually does need. What medical symptoms does she have?
I think because she was sectioned for a long time, and there's newspaper articles about it to do with her ED. She was in my hometown in a private hospital, and which isn't a great one. I'm not going to lie. They put someone with PDA in there, and they actually went to court about it. So I think our parents are scared because she was miles away from home. But I think the danger is that the agencies have told us there is a plan in place. He is supposed to. The dad was vocal. The mum wasn't. She is not supposed to be on social media. They are supposed to get her the help that she needs, or further action will have to be taken, at the end of the day.
Which agencies are these, can I ask? What, who has he spoken?
I can't really say on here, but I will message you.
Okay.
But yeah,
she needs support. It's not the support that she thinks she needs, but she does need support to get out of this behaviour. It's clearly serving a purpose for her, whether it's keeping her parents and people online close. And she needs to learn different coping strategies in life than have this massive victim complex that everything in life is targeted at her, and that she is always the victim in any circumstances. Because, to be honest, I'm very concerned that this girl is going to die unalive.
That's our thing, or other people, because she does give medical advice. She's told people she's a trained nurse. She trained as a nurse.
She's not a trained nurse.
I know she's not. Physically, the time that it takes to train as a nurse when she was in St Andrews, she hasn't got time to have done it anyway. She's not registered. She hasn't got a registered number.
She told me that during her training as a nurse, due to her disabilities, she had a matron nurse with her constantly while on site, doing one-to-one with her. Well, no wonder the NHS is bloody buckling. Like, that just isn't
I've got
possible.
a friend who's like A&E, like matron or whatever, like, yeah.
It's just not possible. I'm disabled myself. I'm a healthcare practitioner myself. And in order to qualify with a disability, you have to be competent on your own. You have to be able to do the things on your own. Your disability can't put patients in danger. It's utter rubbish, the things that she's saying. And yeah, if something was to happen to her on live, her dad will be called. It'll be too late. And you know, I do feel for that man.
I've said to him, if he is called, maybe routinely stopped on way by a police officer, you know, as a traffic thing, or has an accident, God forbid, or anything like that, that is not a plan of action that any care professional would agree with. Like if my daughter's like down the road in a school, if she they have no hyper awareness, or if they go into DKA or whatever, their thing is to call an ambulance. I come second. Their life is first. It's not going to be dispatch mum. It's dispatch an ambulance, then let mum know to meet him at the hospital.
And then the mods will have to live with that for the rest of their lives. And, you know, you can say they're deluded, you can say whatever. I'm not going to pass comment on that. But to be responsible for somebody's life when you are not medically trained, you have no control over the situation, that's traumatic.
And there'll be coroner's inquest as well.
Oh, there will, absolutely.
They'll be called up.
It's just... I feel for John. I feel that maybe he is wanting to care for a daughter, having lost his other daughter. I think they probably feel a need to care and support Kirsten because they can no longer do that for their sadly passed daughter. But, you know, he needs therapy. Mum needs therapy. Kirsten certainly needs therapy. And ideally, we need a blackout on this. People need to stop watching her lives, but that's just not going to happen. So other people do need to step in. She needs an IP ban. She needs an IP ban. You know, they did it on Lucy Rose on this app. We've gone to TikTok. TikTok don't care. As long as they get money, they don't care. They'll get the 70%. They don't care. She's been at this for years. I've seen her around. It was Instagram before, and she absorbs other people's stories. She absorbs medical information. She's clearly quite smart.
Very intelligent.
She absorbs this information, and then she makes it her own. And I don't know whether I believe that she thinks that she's ill as well, or whether she knows she's lying.
We can't say, can we? That's the thing. I can't work it out. I think there is some consciousness. I do think there is some consciousness, but you know, at the end of the day, it's for the health professionals. She needs help. She desperately needs mental health support.
And I'm not seeing seizures. I'm seeing somebody who's affected by the heavy medication that they've pushed through a tube. Somebody's put about getting sectioned. I don't think she can be sectioned, really, because she has capacity.
I think she can because if she can't be prosecuted by the CPS because of her mental health, she can be sectioned.
Yeah.
Because if you can say that somebody that's committing a crime can't be prosecuted because of their mental health, and I will message you. I will message you, lovely.
Well, she said, I noticed on past videos, she's gone from having schizoaffective disorder to apparently being squeaky clean. She mentally has no issues whatsoever.
And an eating disorder that's not now.
Yeah, I've never, I don't understand. Anyway, that's my tuppence. So thanks for listening. This is my very first live. So wow,
you smashed it, and you've spoken so eloquently, and everyone actually said in the comments as well. So thank you so much for coming up. I really appreciate it. And I will message you, Pip. Give me a follow. I'll follow you.
Please do.
I will message you. All right, my lovely.
Thank you, guys.
Take care. I actually said my lovely.
I've got another little bit to say.
Yes. Go on, Diana.
So, I'm also diagnosed with mental health issues. I have multiple, I won't go into them because I don't want to trigger anyone.
Yeah.
But I have multiple. I obviously have ASD. That's one thing that I have. And I also have type 2 diabetes, which I have to monitor by my diet. And then if I go low, I then test or if I feel myself going low, I start testing my blood through my finger, and I also check my urine for ketones.
Yes.
Which is what I have been told to do by my diabetes team.
Yes, absolutely.
And
obviously,
that's
type
what-
1s test their ketones through blood because it's quicker, but I do know type 2 do it through urine because your blood sugars don't rise as high as a type 1 because they produce no insulin. So,
exactly.
yeah, that's true.
But when I had high ketones, and I mean they were high, like they tested my urine and they were high, so they had to do a blood test to make sure that it was correct. And they obviously repeat your A1C.
Yes. Which she called the H1 ABC.
Yes.
She isn't diabetic at all.
No,
sorry for jumping in. I'm type 1 diabetic. I have been since the age of 13. I'm now 35. You can buy these sensors online. You don't need a medical bill.
You can buy them online. You can go on to the Libra website, literally, and buy them.
You can get them from Boots because people that are, because obviously both mine are type 1. You can buy now the flash glucose monitors like the Libras, and there is other named brands as well for causing yourself ketosis for dieting and for fitness. So they are readily available to buy now.
Yeah, and I think personally they need to be taken off the shop shelves and only issued by professionals.
Yes.
The reason being, she's lying to herself, lying to everyone else, and making everything about Nikki. You know what I mean?
Can I just address, sorry ladies, someone's put, can people just not leave her alone if it was fake, how would you have all equipment? We've already discussed that, Olivia. You've obviously not been in the live. We have receipts. And we have proof that she has had medical equipment being given to her by people. She's also, posts have been shared of her going on Skiggle and Facebook to ask for feed, for syringes, for tubes. People can have medical equipment and not have medical problems. People are not, we're not leaving her alone.
Do that?
We have been told by agencies, by the agencies, to use social media to warn about this lady because what she is saying is not 100% true. I don't doubt she has mental health problems. I don't doubt she has some physical health problems, but she is not got the list of an arm of all the conditions that she's had. She is sucking information from people. She's asking about their treatment plans, and she's regurgitating information. It's not even factually correct. She is dangerous, Olivia, and if you choose to believe her, then that's up to you. But we have been told by agencies because people have been financially groomed, emotionally groomed, their mental health has been affected, people are self-harming, people are following medical advice she has given them, and frankly, it's dangerous.
Yeah. So
yeah, 100% agree with you on that one, Sally. She also told me that I was see you next Tuesday and as SPASTIC.
Lovely.
Because I pulled her up on it and said if you were end of life care, there would be someone with you all the time. Because my uncle's going through end of life care. This was when my uncle was dying, and he had an end of life nurse with him at all times to monitor his rests and everything.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Yes, very sad. Sorry to hear that.
Yeah. Me personally, obviously, as I was saying, I had my A1Cs tested when I had high ketones through my blood, and they still came back high. So initially they were going to diagnose me as type 1 because there was no insulin in my blood whatsoever. Like, my pancreas wasn't creating it.
You're insulin resistant, aren't you? If you're type 2, you're basically insulin resistant, yeah.
Yeah. So I actually have to take metformin.
Yeah.
To help my pancreas to actually produce enough insulin to keep me alive. And another thing is, with her supposed ED that she has, they don't initially put an NG tube or an NJ tube, which she is claiming, unless you really need it. Like,
I think she was on it, and to be fair, as a teen, I think she was, because she was in a well-known mental health hospital that deal with eating disorders, and she would have been tubed in there. So I don't doubt that she's been tubed in her life. I don't doubt it. Does she need it now?
She's using it as a comfort blanket.
Yeah, I think she's doing it now to go along with the story of gastroparesis rather than an actual eating disorder.
Yeah, if it was gastroparesis, she wouldn't have a drainage tube in at the same time, surely.
And she wouldn't have a catheter bag on the end of it, but there you go, as opposed to a drainage bag. But
I've got gastroparesis, and I've always been treated by medication first.
Yes, that's what I was going to say. So I have a suprapubic catheter, which she has.
I do too.
Right. Sorry, I don't mean to be rude here.
She told me it was not infected, and it quite clearly was infected. I had urosepsis.
Yes, that's what I was going to go on to. So, I have a SPC. I've only had it fitted since February. Before that, I was on urethral catheters, and they were falling out constantly. I was in and out of hospital, so that's why they fitted me with the SPC.
Sorry about that.
So, my SPC site, it was infected, and she basically said to me, "Oh, that's not infected. I'm a nurse. That's not infected." So when I went to my doctors, I was like, "I've been told that this is not an infection by this person." She claims she's a nurse, and the doctor turned around to me and said, "It is an infection."
That's so dangerous for you.
Exactly the same as me, Diana.
And she literally said to me that it's not infected. And I actually was admitted to hospital with my infection because they initially initially it was just a skin infection, like the outside of the skin.
I am very aware of her mental health, and I do not want to exacerbate it in any way, and that's what I said. It's been a very calm life, no shouting, no slating, no whatever. People have told their truth. I don't want to exacerbate her mental health. However, I have to think of the mental health of all her victims as well. I don't know if you were here for Gio's story earlier. Gio is terminally ill, and she gave her £2,500 medical supplies, and she started self-harming herself because of what's happened. So I have to be very careful of everyone's mental health, if that makes sense.
Yeah, and I completely agree with you. She needs to, this is going to continue until there are consequences, really serious consequences for these actions, because when she's doing these things on live and there are no ambulances, it's just call her dad and things like that. When she's doing these things on live and there aren't any actual consequences, she can carry on doing them really freely, and she is. The only thing I want to say is this is someone who's been in the mental health system for a long time with the eating disorder and the EUPD, and I know from being in that system how invalidating it can be for people, and how people get so much worse under the invalidation of their mental health, and I think their mental illnesses, and I think that's contributed to why she started to fake physical ones in the first place. But it's not an excuse. I really don't want this to come across as an excuse. I really, really don't.
I know what you're saying, because obviously fictitious disorder in itself is triggered by trauma. You know, it is triggered by mental health episodes. So we are being very respectful of that. You know, no one's going for her personally, or whatever. But at the end of the day, our goal is to get her help and to get her off the internet so that she doesn't, as you say, unalive somebody.
Yeah.
So I did it for her own sake, but because while she's on the internet, it's feeding and fueling her. She's getting the attention.
Making it worse. It's making it worse. She's getting more conditions when she learns about them.
Yeah, and for her own sake, to not be learn about other conditions, but also feed into the disorder by having a group around her who are yes men to everything she says, she does, and enabling her. A community of enablers. She needs to be removed from that. for her own.
And that's why I'm really glad to see everything that's going on now.
But I
was
just
really
want to say
relieved.
something. Sorry, Sophie. I'll let you continue. But obviously, I just want to make it quite clear. Obviously, as Sully has said, everybody has different diagnoses. Everybody has different protocols they have to follow. That is just how it works. Now, when I was sectioned last year, I had a very, very bad time last year. It was not the best year for me at all, I'm going to be honest. But I was sectioned for 3 months. One of them months I was on section 2. Then they upgraded it to a section 3. Now, my understanding of the Mental Health Act is, obviously, you get assessed. They decide there and then whether you need to be admitted to hospital for assessment and treatment. Then you go into hospital and you go through the assessment period, and they're obviously monitoring everything, like how many incidents you're having, what's happening, what you're doing, and stuff like that. And then they decide whether you can go onto stay in hospital as an informal patient, or you get section 3'd. Now, when I got section 3'd, I actually was shocked. I wasn't expecting it. I was expecting to be told, oh, you're going informal, you've done well. But because of the serious incident that happened the day before my section was up, and the doctors were called, so I was then placed on a section 3 for my own safety. Now, obviously, everyone is different. Everyone has different things.
I know. Be careful what you say, though, because obviously I am really aware that obviously the more that we tell people, the more that they could use it as theirs. I've had people from Instagram message me to say that actually Kirsten has used stuff from their Instagram. So be careful of what be careful of what you share. Be careful of what you share or you say.
Obviously, definitely, I'm only telling you what happened. Like, I'm not going into what actually happened.
Yeah.
I'm just obviously saying I had a serious incident, and that's why I was section 3'd.
Yeah, bless you.
Obviously, as it is quite a sensitive topic, obviously, I lost my dad 4 years ago. He had heart disease, and it killed him, alongside chronic kidney disease, so CKD, which is another thing she's claiming to have. Now, when my dad was diagnosed, he was put straight onto dialysis to clean his blood, to make sure, obviously, it was okay.
Yeah.
So, yeah. That's what started my mental health spiraling.
Yeah, I understand. As I say, please do reach out if you're mental health. I am going to post some videos up. Someone asked me what's the point, where we're going with this. We're just going to keep doing it all week, and the awareness of her. Different people, like Emily, is going to be on Wednesday. She's going to put in the comments when that's happening. AD, can we hear from you, lovely? Because I'm conscious you've been waiting, and thank you for being so patient.
It's all right.
Okay, by then, can I get the Discord link, please?
Yes, it's in my bio. So if you click my little chops up there of 4, my little chops, it's in the bio. If you have any problems, just message me. I will accept you now, Soph. Just message me and I'll send you the link separately if you can't do it. You should be able to click it because everyone else has. I've seen them going, join the Discord, join the Discord, join the Discord. So, okay, thank you so much for coming in, Sophie, darling. And take care of yourself. Hiya, AD. Thank you for waiting.
I got us thinking about a carer situation because she said she got new carers. If you have carers provided, you can't just chop and change and get new carers like that. I think it's privately funded, and our parents have got a charity, and our charity last year had a shortfall. Their incomings, it's all on the government website, was £3,000. Their outgoings were only 300. And on most charities, you can see their financial records in depth, like they've got to publish them. For some reason, theirs aren't published. It only states the ingoings and outgoings. It's Rebecca's wishes, and it's on the government website. There's two.
On the charity commission.
Yeah.
I'm a trustee for a charity, and AD is exactly right. We're under scrutiny constantly. You can ask the charity commission to scrutinise our accounts. Not saying that you should do that, but just saying you can do that.
So I think the parents are privately funding her care, because surely any sane carer who worked for like social services would call her out. Not call her out to her face, but call her out to the higher up people and potentially get her help.
We are going to do this. We have contacted all the agencies. When I say agencies, I'm talking social services, police, the agencies that would be involved. I am going to put up how you can contact them yourself. If you don't feel that you can do that, you can give me evidence and stuff to do that, but we are going to put those details up. They will be posted, and you can all do what you've got to do to stop her doing this.
It showed how her parents were complicit in helping her, because they wrote the letter saying she was being evicted in quotation marks because she was never going to be evicted on that day. They just wrote the letter to get her.
A lot of parents with disabled children would do that, AD, to get them housed, because...
What, and leave them? I'd want my kid with me.
I don't know. I've got a child. I'm going to be perfectly honest. I've got a child who is what would have been. So she's very intelligent. She has autism. She has type 1 diabetes, and she has lots of other issues. But she has got pathological demand avoidance, and she doesn't like being told. It's basically her anxiety runs so high that she has to have the drive for self autonomy at all costs. So basically, diabetes is a demand, she doesn't want to do it. Parenting is a demand, she doesn't want to do what you say. And obviously I have to safeguard my other child, so she will bring people back to my house and not tell me. And my other daughter doesn't do people. So I think the best thing for her to start living is to have someone somewhere close to me that I can still, I will still be her go-to, but that she has that self-autonomy, if that makes sense. So there is some reasons that, parents have to do that to get their children housed. I mean, before, I've had social workers tell me to Section 20 her, which I would never do. I absolutely love my child unconditionally. But for her mental health, the more you go against her pathological demand avoidance, the more she harms herself. So it's, as a parent, struggle is real. So I'm not knocking John and Claire for doing that to get. I'm not knocking them at all to do it, because I do understand to a certain extent. But my difference is with my daughter is I want her to live independently. I don't want her to exist. I want her to live, and I will fight for everything to be in place for her so that she has a fulfilled life with her disabilities.
So somebody just asked what a Section 20 is. Now,
oh, sorry.
Right, I'm going to love you and leave you. I'm going to McDonald's. I'll watch you from
Thank you, AD. Thank you for coming in. You're very valuable, darling. Thank you.
When you kick us out, I don't know how to.
Yeah, of course I can. You sound close to me. Oh, she's gone. She sounds close to me.
I just want to address something, because somebody just said, what is a Section 20? Now, when I was younger, I was in foster care, and
someone's put it in there. Foster care reforms put in there.
Yes. So this is what I was going to address. Section 20 is you're not forcibly taken from your family. Your family actually say, I can't look after you. I need help to social services. That's what they say. That's what happened to me. Now, very recently, I have actually requested my foster care records because I personally just wanted to see what had been written about me. Now, because my case is quite complex, is what they've said, because obviously they've got to go through all of the foster care records from when I was in foster care and redact them. So it's obviously going to take them a lot longer.
Didn't do it. Can I just say I didn't do it? She's still here.
Exactly. The Discord link isn't working, someone's saying.
Oh, good okie, Esther! Esther, are you in here? Can you message people? I know Vicky's doing it as well. Message people the Discord links for me, my lovely. Esther's my, what did you call them earlier? I call them my adopted children. What did you call them?
Oh, aliens.
No, you said, because Gio's the only alien child.
Bonus children.
Bonus children. Esther is one of my bonus children.
Yeah. I've got lots of bonus children. I'm a bonus mum to quite a few. I seem to collect them.
Me too.
Yeah.
And Esther and Molly lived with me for 9 months so I could get them housed.
Wow. Oh, that's really sweet.
I met them on TikTok.
Oh, wow. That's amazing. You sound like you've got a huge heart.
Maybe too huge, to be fair.
I think, yeah, I can get that, but it's sometimes it bites you. But I think it's amazing. You come across as such a warm and caring and open, and
she's not too shabby. She's just. But do you know what? I've actually benefited because I did say about my mum earlier. I don't really have my own family. I was a kid from the care system because of my mum's Munchausen's and stuff. Yeah. And I say now I have a chosen family. We have Christmas together.
They're the best family. The ones
we have a Christmas together. Esther, Molly, Lou, my bestie. We all just have a big old Christmas party.
I think that's wonderful. I really think what you are doing and what you're providing is just fabulous. You've got so much respect for you. I really have.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Lovely, lovely lady.
I just want to address, obviously, eating disorders. Now, with myself, up until about last year, I was perfectly fine with eating, drinking, and I could keep anything and everything down. Over the past 6 months, obviously, I have reduced how much I eat, and obviously my GP has diagnosed me as having bulimia.
I'm sorry. Yeah.
From what I've read on the NHS website.
No, I would be very careful, Dan. If you want to message us privately, and I have got some people that are in recovery, I just think it's really dangerous because TikTok will take it down, because that is one of the things that they will take you down for. Is talking about eating, darling. And so if you want to message me, I'm quite happy to put you in touch with people that are recovering or groups that you can join. But I'm just really conscious of the fact that it is one of the TikTok things you can't talk about, and also it's very triggering for some of the people that we have in here.
Yeah.
Is that all right?
No, that's fine.
Okay. I was never able to get my point, but thanks for having me and thanks for it. What was your point? Do you want to get back in, Sophie? I'm so sorry if you didn't get your point, my lovely.
I just want to touch on her parents. No, I don't know if anyone else experienced this, but as one of the mods, obviously, I appear to be one of the longest running mods, which I don't know whether to be proud or ashamed of that. But the impression that I was given about her parents, specifically her mum, was that her mum did not care, her mum wasn't interested, her mum had no opinions and no intention of caring for her, and basically saw Kirsten as a burden. I've got messages to prove all this. I'm happy to share them all. And my major issue with both of her parents is that they're either A, completely aware of what she's doing and don't care about the effect it's having on other people, or B, they not fully aware of what she's doing, in which case they're really dropping the ball as parents. And while I understand, obviously, Sally, your situation with your daughter is that you want her to be able to live on her own and all that sort of thing, and that's what all parents want for their children. But I'm sure if your daughter was doing the stuff that Kirsten was doing, you would be the first to step in and go, no.
I'll be hauling her ass off social media.
Same here.
Yeah.
Same here.
And that's the thing. Like, I would be doing it with my son because it's not okay. And the fact that her dad came on my live and argued the toss, she has got this condition, she has got that condition, when she blatantly hasn't. So he's perpetuating it. So either he has Munchausen by proxy, or he's so linked into her own bullcrap that
I think he's scared.
He's going to defend her to the ends of the earth. And like you've tried to point out to him, it's not a case of if she's going to take too many medications and he's not going to get there on time. It's a case of when. And I can't see how he can't see that as a parent, and why he doesn't go, oh crap, I need to fix this, because that's what I'd be doing.
I think he is stuck in parenting through fear because he has already lost a child. I honestly don't think he knows what to do in terms of whatever he does is wrong. He's gonna be damned if he does one thing and damned if he does another. If he tries to draw a line in the sand with her, she threatens, from what I understand, she threatens to hurt herself, and that's a risk he runs. And also, if he carries on playing along with it, like you're saying, it's a case of when, not if.
She has quite an extensive mental health background herself. I do believe she has been on Section 2s and 3s.
Yes, I've heard.
For unstable, is it EUPD? She's got quite obvious scarring to her forehead, which is quite often seen with the condition. She has diagnosed anorexia.
Yeah.
Can I just interrupt for 2 seconds, please, because it appears we have Blondie in the live. Can I address Blondie personally? She's still in here. Blondie, this is not a hate live, it's an awareness live. We have been told by agencies that we've got involved to use social media to warn people about Kirsten's behaviour. There is a plan in place that John is supposed to be doing, which he is not doing. We know this, and he will know that we know this. So John and Mum have had a meeting with the agencies and have said that they are going to get her the help that she needs and to get her off of social media. We have not seen this happening. So we have said to such agencies, what can we do? People are victims, and it is damaging people financially, emotionally, and triggering. So we've been told to use social media. There is no trolls, haters, malicious communications involved. There is no current cases against us. We've been informed of that also. I am a mum to 2 disabled children. I would not be doing this if I thought that there would be any repercussions for myself. I've never followed Kirsten. I'm not her mod. I've never done it, but she has financially abused one of my friends emotionally, and her story will be reposted constantly, and we will do this until she is off social media. Whether you choose to believe her or not, that's your prerogative, shall we say. But we've been respectful. Everyone's told their truth. Nobody has been bad-mouthing her. We don't want any serious consequences to her. We want her to get the help that she clearly needs, and we want her off the app to stop damaging people. Sorry, I wanted to address Blondie because she's in here. Everyone has been so respectful, and everyone has told their truth. There has been no shouting. There has been no name calling. I'm honestly so proud of you all for coming forward and saying your story and telling people how you've been affected by this individual. And I think, it's very difficult to take her off of TikTok, in the sense that TikTok, I think you have to do some heinous things. Let's look at CLA for a start. But I am worried, and I am safeguarding other people. And I believe she needs safeguarding too.
She does.
I couldn't imagine being a moderator happened. That there'll be that one night where it actually happened. She texts too much, or the ambulance doesn't respond quick enough, or her dad doesn't pick up the phone.
I wish we could safeguard Becky. Sorry, I didn't mean Moochie. Sorry, I wish God we could save Becky, because that's the one person that in my head I see her and I just think, oh my God, it is just heartbreaking.
Is she a current mod?
Yeah. We have done some stuff. So I am worried about her. As for the other ones, like Blondie herself, all I'm going to say is if you're following a care plan which goes against NHS protocols, if something happens and say John got, and I'd put this to John as well, John got a routine stop on the way over to Kirsten's, God forbid John had an accident, and traffic maybe as well, traffic would be a thing, and something happened to Kirsten, all her current mods will be hauled in for a coroner's inquiry if something happened to that girl. And are you really going to have that on your conscience? I see Blondie's a mum, I see these people. Do you really want that on your conscience? Do you really want to have to be responsible for something so awful? And is it worth it? You're a mod on TikTok. You're not a carer. You're a mod on TikTok.
And the fact that she's got mods that are underage, that are all vulnerable, and she is putting them in a position where they are responsible for her life. And that's just so unfair. And I've heard of ex-mods say that the abuse they get when they say they can't be awake with her all night. You know, they shouldn't be they're staying awake all night.
Yes, Becky is a mod.
To watch her, to monitor her, and if she is that vulnerable, she needs to be in somewhere where they can properly look after her.
John has advised that he limited her meds. Oh, well, apparently you've been flagged. Do you want to drop and come back in? Yeah, you've been flagged, love.
I've been banned.
No, you've been. It's asking me to remove you. Drop down, come back in.
What did I do?
Reported. You've been reported, my love.
For what?
I don't know. Can we have a look in the comments list and see if there is the mods, the current mods? Just block them. If they're not going to listen, if they want to be see no, hear no, speak no monkeys, that's fine. But let's not report people that have done nothing wrong. Oh, look, you got a top box now. Welcome.
Thank you. Did somebody's
reported you, basically. It comes up and it tells me that things
one
that
of your mods or another mod. One of your mods reported me.
No, my mods haven't reported you. Somebody is reporting you.
Hello.
As a guest, you can click on your box and you can report someone. You can say that they're tobacco, alcohol, all the things, and they're trying to report you, so you can't have your say. But you're not even on screen, so.
Do you think it's one of Kay's mods that's reported?
1,000,000%, my lovely, 1,000,000%. 1,000,000%. Hello, Sean.
It's just gone through the roof.
Hi. Don't worry. I've had it loads.
Sorry to interrupt. Can I just say, there's someone in the comments that's trying to speak to Alex as though Alex is Kirsten. Alex isn't Kirsten. Alex is an exposure account. Absolutely. They're just using her profile. They're using a picture of her so that everyone knows who the exposure account's about. Alex is lovely. Alex isn't doing anything. Alex isn't actually.
Chronic Munchie. I love both of them,
and Chronic Munchie's got the same picture as well, and neither of them are Kirsten. So don't worry, okay?
Munchie. You almost called her Crunchy Munchie there.
Did I? Or Emily?
Yeah.
Emily, Crunchy Munchie.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, Alex definitely isn't Kirsten.
John, what did you have to say, my darling?
I didn't say no one.
Do you want to say your truth or what your experience is?
I've got no truth or anything, so I don't really know what the hell's going on. So if anyone can explain what's happened, then I'll know.
All right. Are you aware of the creator called Chronically Kiki?
No. Not really.
It's quite difficult to explain, but yeah, she is online and she has been how can I explain this? Taking people's medical diagnosis and pretending they're her own.
Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that.
Yeah, so we're just doing an awareness live on her, but you're more than happy to sit in the box.
But that's not right. She shouldn't be doing that. That's just wrong.
No, exactly.
Like, you can't just do that.
Exactly. Be kind in the comments. You're more than welcome to just sit there. Obviously, people are telling their stories of her. All right, my lovely. I'm going to put you on mute so that the other people can talk. All right.
Yeah.
Safe space. We're kind. Sean obviously now is going to learn about Kiki. Amelia, welcome.
Hi. I just wanted to briefly talk about, I commented on their live and said that, I've got FND. Do you have any tips on that? Just to see, because they said that they've got PNES, but then they said that they don't have FND. I just wanted to comment and just say that PNES is a form of FND. As far as I'm aware, at least that's that is a form of FND. So, and then when I commented that, I got blocked.
Standard.
And I was just like,
standard behaviour.
You get blocked if you disagree with her or have something she has because she doesn't want you to expose anything she says that's wrong. So yeah, I'd take it as a sign of a badge of honour, to be honest with you. So
Join the club.
Yeah.
I've had 2 accounts blocked. I'm just going to put that because I'm being naughty, and I'm going to have to message. I'm going to have to wind the live down because I've been on for I don't know how many hours, and my PDA child is calling me non-stop because she's on a ferry to Ireland and she's bored.
You must entertain her, Sally. You are not doing your job as a mother correctly.
I'm neglecting my kids. Dance monkey. Yeah, dance monkey.
You're a goat.
I am a goat.
I just want to thank Sally for doing this live and for giving everyone the opportunity to actually speak their truth and share what they've experienced with her, because we've all been holding on to this, I think, for a very, very long time, and it's nice to actually have an outlet and being able to actually all come on here and share. As heartbreaking as it is, I've been here since the start, so I've heard everyone's stories, and one, they're all basically exactly the same, and 2, the fact that she's hurt so many people, it just proves, like, I've been keeping an eye on who's actually in the live, and it's stayed above 200 since the very start. So I just want to say well done, Sally, and thank you very much for giving us a chance to speak.
What time are you going on Wednesday? I've said I'll do it in the week because obviously we're on the summer holidays now, and I can neglect my kid.
It'll be 9:30-ish at night, basically. As soon as my son, sorry, that's on the washing machine. As soon as my son decides to go upstairs, because he'll have his shower, comes down, does his meds, and then goes back upstairs and, I don't know, watches a DVD, reads a book, does whatever he wants to do until it's actually sleepy time. So as soon as he goes upstairs, which is usually around 9:30, I will be live, and you're all more than welcome to come and join. You're all more than welcome to add me, and hopefully we'll have a nice, respectful live like this one's been.
It's lovely, yes, I agree. Sally, you're a star, you're amazing. I was told by one of your friends, don't make her head any bigger. Yeah, absolutely.
That was me.
Oh, the goat's laughing, I love it.
That's not possible. You can't make Sally's head any bigger. She already struggles to get through doorways.
She does have a big forehead.
You go huddly.
No, but genuinely, it has been extremely respectful. Everybody's been heard, and it's a real difficult subject to talk about for a lot of people, and I will. Hopefully, moving forwards, things get better.
If anyone today, because I have to close it down. If anybody, I'm going to speak to Kate, obviously, but anyone, I'm not going to let any more people in the boxes. But if anyone wants to speak again that hasn't spoken, or Sophie, I'm aware Sophie didn't get a point across. I am going on in the week. I will put another post up to let you know. If anybody needs any support numbers, they will be put in the Discord as soon as I'm off here. And also, I'm going to put on all the agencies that you can contact to report Kirsten to. So all the agencies that we're dealing with, I'm going to put all their details, all their numbers, because they are fully aware of this situation and what we're doing today. So there can't be any malcoms against us. So please be assured so even if anybody is telling you that, it is not true. I know Dad has been messaging people. There is no malicious communications or trolling against any of us, because what we are saying is true. If there wouldn't be, then we would. Thank you for the gifts, and I haven't been paying attention. I am a terrible TikTok host.
The Observer, providing you with the latest TikTok drama from across the UK.